I want one.
Is it too late to cancel your order?
Pali, metti la mascherina. This is okay. This is the specialist of two-stroke model. 300 production, full time the two-stroke.
Ciao.
Oh.
Salve. So, where do your cases come from?
This is from Italy. The production in Italy and not working inside, but you see all the department and you see the situation of my production.
So we got the shift forks, clutch packs, clutch basket, steels, cases ready to go.
Piston rings, 250, 300.
And he's assembling the bottom ends. He's going to build the entire engine, one guy. Cutting open the bearings.
Please. The company is big, yeah? This is other guy, production and assembly, the down parts of engine.
Putting the bottom end together, main bearings.
This guy is a specialist of racing engine for official rider and assembly all day the official engine.
Just the race engine. So these are the 4-stroke heads, and he's timing the cams right now. Yeah. So right now he's timing the camshafts for the official race engine.
Yes, only for official rider.
So he's got his, yeah. All right.
Come on.
We're never gonna make it through here.
No,
We're
so,
like,
so he's building the race engine.
This is the guy for karting engine, the other department.
So these are kart engines?
Yes.
A lot.
no.
This is the boss of TM, Gastone Sarafini.
Ciao. Salve.
This is the boss. This engine is very famous for kart. Is #1 in the world for the quality, for the power, and 125 have 55, 56 AKP power. 50.
Wait, you're saying the 125cc two-stroke is making how many?
Yeah.
How many power?
56, 55.
Horsepower.
Yeah.
Out of a 125.
Yeah.
125 two-stroke.
How many minutes does that engine last?
No. But you see, this engine is incredible technology.
Oh, I bet.
And,
yeah.
But many riders of Formula 1 starting with karting and have a long experience with kart and use the TM. Verstappen and use the
Was a TM car.
Yeah, sure.
No kidding.
You see, this is the parts of the frame. This is the fusion, the part, and go in the machine for CNC machine.
Those are all two-stroke cylinders. Air cooled. Those are parts of the frame that are cast, which will still be welded on to the extrusions. Raw castings that haven't been machined yet. More raw castings that haven't been machined.
The link.
Shock linkages. What are the air-cooled?
This is for 60 model of Kart.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
That's tailings from machining.
You see, this is the machine working for this production inside.
For the throttle body.
Yes, and use the cane injector, but this is homemade in TN resin.
Wow. Have you guys heard of a company called Magneti Marelli or another one called Dell'Orto?
Yeah.
I think they do stuff like that, don't they?
But you see, this is a small area, but I have the new area. It's very big, and I have 5 big machines. And you see, why in this in other area I production 55% of the parts.
No kidding. And what are they building back here?
This is the old machine, but for next year I change all. Only this is new, but I see in this area.
All right, so if I come back in 2 years, none of this will be here. Okay. So this is a frame upper that hasn't been machined yet for the bearings, but is all welded. And this is extrusion or casting and casting?
This is fusion and this is forged.
Forged.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, so your frames are a cast upper part and a forged lower, and then you weld it together?
Yeah.
Well, all right then, because that is an incredibly expensive way to build a frame, and you guys must have a good reason for doing it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been to a lot of different machine shops, and I've seen a lot of different machining, but the stuff they're doing here, each piece looks like a jewel.
Faccio fare il turista. This is the guy is a specialist while working the cylinder, only cylinder working homemade. And
one more time?
And cleaner the cylinder inside.
So he's honing,
But the first
so he's honing each cylinder.
you see, cleaner the carter, the down part, and the cylinder. Well, this is this guy. You see?
So he's
And polish the cylinder. Only cylinder is homemade.
so he's
Possible to go down and you see the working.
so he's hand porting each
Yeah.
cylinder for the two strokes.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's incredible. Don't use the automatic machine, but only cylinder working homemade.
I've never seen, well, I haven't seen this in another factory in a very, 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 very long time.
No, it's impossible for the big company, but for TM, this is artisanal company.
Yeah.
It's very, very important is made in Italy. Huh? This is sure.
But like made by hand.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But you go in other company and you don't see this system.
No.
But this is 90% of the motorbike working inside.
It's very unique and
Yes,
it's
but
beautiful.
you
It is beautiful.
You go in Ducati, you go in Augusta, and you don't see many machine for working inside the parts. Come on, this is the new area.
Ciao, buongiorno.
Spare parts, whole bunch of clutches. Clutches.
Oh,
Malizia,
sorry.
andiamo.
Here we go.
Roberto doesn't need us here because he's already sold out all of his production for the next 2 years.
We don't need any more advertising.
Yeah, he's going to just go to Positano for the next 18 months.
Yeah. You see? This is the fusion arrived in this. This is fusion.
So these are the rough castings of the throttle bodies, because even though 2 of the most famous engine control and fueling companies in the world are about 2 hours away in Italy, TM's like, no, we'll just make our own. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just make our own. Va bene.
This is the new area, and in these parts, production 55% of the bike, and engine, frame, and triple clamp, and rear shock. And you see, please.
All right, so this is their brand new machine shop that they're building up. There's swing arms, and there's the extrusions for the swing arms, I think.
In this moment, assembly the new machine for implementing the production, and this is the big machine for CNC, the working 24-hour continuous. And in this machine is started 2 years ago, and in this moment assembly this other machine. But
and so let me so currently, okay, so you're planning on increasing production. That's the shock casting.
yeah,
So here's
the fusion.
there's the shock casting. And again, some of the best suspension companies in the world are either in Italy or just across the border, but TM is making their own.
Yeah, sure.
I say that with respect. I just want to point out though that
I'm working in the machine, the plastic. It's possible working the plastic. This is
so that's a velocity stack for the throttle body casting that we saw before.
This is the for racing model, and the CSC machine, the air intake of injection system. This is
Exquisite.
yeah. And you see another area, the link, the fusion link. This is a CNC link.
So from my basic understanding of manufacturing, these parts are not only very, very beautiful, but TM probably, well, not even probably, they could be making all of this stuff much cheaper, and they're choosing not to because of the Italian aesthetic of più bello. Più bello.
Yeah.
Più bello. So in other words, they're building them this way because it's just a better way to do it. It's just a more beautiful way to do it. That's a fork lower with the shock, with the brake mount.
Radial brake for Supermoto.
But you're not making your own forks.
No.
No, oh God, thank God.
I use it Kayaba, but this is production inside.
And this is just the raw stock for...
Yeah.
Can we see the back over here?
And you see this? This is for engine. For this is a CNC, and the original is fusion, but the customer is possible order the bike with CNC parts
as well. Now, is that for a motorcycle?
Yeah.
And the cooling fins, that's on an air-cooled motorcycle. Is that a liquid-cooled motorcycle?
Liquid cooled.
So liquid-cooled motorcycle,
yes,
but with a finned cover to help reduce oil temperature.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Più bello.
And come on.
But what? But
Andiamo.
here's all the engine cases. And remember, all of these bikes are already sold. So 100% of their production is already sold out. Those are the shift drums. And we're kind of doing this whole tour backwards because we're looking at where they're making the parts before we're looking at where they're finishing them. And there's all the cases. These are blank forgings to still be machined.
This is a Desmo for
transmission.
Yeah, for transmission. This is the Desmo for transmission. Production inside.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of Japanese shift drums. This is a very nice shift drum.
Yeah.
That is it's very light, but it's got these lifted channels, and that is a very, very nice part. Earlier in the video, we saw a pile of the shift forks themselves waiting to be assembled. Those are all cylinder heads for a two-stroke. There's more. This is all their new machines that are currently being installed.
This machine, production, the triple clamp. And you see the working. In this moment, working the machine.
I'm trying to get a view here. So that's cutting fluid being sprayed on to the parts that it's cutting. And it looks like those are alternator covers that are currently being cut. A little hard to see there. You have to take my word for it. That's the readout for the machine. So here's a couple of the machinists talking. What are they talking about? So this is a road race, or?
This is for
Moto.
Supermoto.
Oh, Supermoto.
And the down parts of triple clamp. And to all CNC machine.
Even the underside. Oh, let's see, I gotta turn the light around. All right, so this is a super motard, bottom triple clamp, all CNC machined. So all of that bottom part has been cut out of it. And it is, yeah,
For me,
It's exquisite.
for me in your life, you don't see other company production all parts inside.
No.
For
No.
me,
No.
this is the first time you see.
No, so a typical company would be buying all of that from a supplier, and then they would just be assembling the bikes. But at TM, they're making like every part that they can. That's a cylinder head. That's a really nice cylinder head.